What's going on, y'all? Blue Falcon here, coming to you with another video. So this one's a bit different, you guys, because I got a good friend of mine who gave me a saxophone. Now, this is not some ordinary saxophone. Apparently, this saxophone is kind of a student model saxophone, and you know, coming from playing a Yamaha alto sax, I decided, hey, you know, let me just give this one a shot. So later on in the video, stick around because I am going to play on it to show you guys what a $500 saxophone actually sounds like. And, you know, please let me know what you think of it. Do you think it sounds good? But let me just kind of show you real quick. There it is. You got the Jean Paul Wind Instrument USA. Wind Instrument USA. So this is going to be quite interesting. I'm looking forward to it. You know, let me know what you guys think of it. All right, stick around. So I'm here. I'm actually about to open up. You can kind of see the whole setup, the Mac. But yeah, I'm about to open up this Jean Paul. So this is gonna be the unboxing. Bear with me as I'm doing it with one hand. But ooh, there it is, guys. There it is, looking real nice and pretty. I'm gonna tinker around with it and let you guys know what I think, what's my impressions of it. So you guys, I've tinkered around with this bad boy just a bit. I'm actually gonna show you again some playing towards the end of the video so that you guys can tell me what you think of it yourself. But overall, I was actually very impressed. Now, after playing this for quite some time, I noticed that it did get some leaks, especially in the lower register. That tend to happen with, you know, cheaper saxophones. It's kind of like it's part of the gig, you get what I'm saying, or just part of the equipment you purchase, right? You just have, it comes with the territory. You know that you didn't spend a lot of money on it, so just be prepared that you're gonna probably bring it to the shop quite often. But I can say that the build is actually pretty good, you guys. Like, I actually dig it. It allowed me to do everything that I wanted to do. And coming from playing a Yamaha YS62, I think the third model, I honestly couldn't really tell the difference. I mean, outside of the leaks, right, I really could not tell the difference. I mean, this thing really does feel good, and it just goes to show you how far these saxophones have come, how far these saxophone manufacturers have come. Like, you really can get a legitimate saxophone, you guys, for quite cheap. So for those of you who are probably, you know, if you just want to hear me play, again, just skip. But for those who actually do care, like, you know, what saxophone I should look for, me personally, I tend to think it's better to go for an intermediate. Even if you're a beginner, I think it's better to go for an intermediate saxophone or a professional saxophone, only because the build quality is just better. But realistically speaking, if you know that I just getting started, I don't even know if I'm realistically gonna actually stick around with this thing, because again, this thing is a beast. You know, a lot of people talk and they say they want to learn this thing, and when they realize what it actually takes to play this, that's when they give up. And that's not me knocking you guys. I get it. You know, this is not for everybody, but I can really say that I would recommend the Jean Paul, you guys. I really would. And I think you can get it on Amazon. So it will be shipped to you. You don't even have to go to the store. You don't gotta, travel. It will just come ship it to you. And if you guys play it and don't like it, hey, return it. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, me, I'm just gonna go into a little bit of specs here. But I was playing on a Meyer, and I believe this is a, this just goes to show you I haven't really thought about it much. But I'm playing on a 5 Meyer, rubber Meyer, right? So that's what I do. In terms of my reeds, you can go for a cane reed or you go for a synthetic reed. I think if you're first starting out, it's better to actually play on a cane reed. It's actually more natural sounding. So I think you guys will dig that. But I would say that at currently where I'm at, I actually prefer the cane reeds. I prefer cane reeds. I use a Laveau, Lavaz, or however way you want to pronounce it, but I use Laveau. I think that's how you pronounce it. Cane reed. So I'll show it to you right here. This is what I use. Let me see if I can actually show you guys. Laveau cane reed, and it's a medium, all right, from the Dario. So that's what I use. Again, I'm telling you this because I know a lot of times people tend to be like, oh, what's your setup? What's your gear? And, I was caught up in that phase at one point in time, so I'm giving it to you just in case you want to hear it. But I'll just tell you right now that it's not the gear, is not what makes the individual or makes you sound good. It's the individual. You got to put in the work, you guys. But to get back on point, I'm at a point where I actually use Legier synthetic reeds. So if I can actually show you, this is what it looks like, right? This is what it looks like, all right? And I use 2.75, all right? This is the American cut. So that's kind of my setup right now. And I like the synthetic reeds because I don't think it sounds as good as the cane reeds, but they're very consistent. You don't gotta warm it up. You don't gotta lick it to get it, warmed up. Nothing like that. You just put it on and you start playing. And that's what I really like about it. Anyway, I'm not sponsored by any of these guys. Again, I'm just giving you guys tips of what I believe can serve you. But yeah, for the most part, that's it, you guys. I play tenor sax and soprano sax, so if you're more interested in that and what I use for that, that'll be for a different video. But that's what I use for this saxophone video, especially in the music that I'm playing towards the end. You'll get to hear it for yourself, but that's how it sounds like. Again, people probably use the same exact equipment that I have and sound better, and some people could use the same exact equipment I have and they may sound worse. It's all the individual. You gotta put in the time and the effort and the sweat, blood, and tears of actually honing your craft. So don't take the gear too much heart. The biggest thing though, again, going back on the saxophone, if you don't want something that you're gonna have to bring to the shop over and over and over and over, I would actually recommend you spending a little bit more money, right? Just for something a little bit more sturdier. But for what it's worth, this Jean Paul is actually very good. So anyway, I did enough talking, you guys. I want you to guys watch it for yourselves. And please let me know what you guys think. Did you think it sound good, or do you think it actually does sound like a $500 saxophone? All right. With that being said, Falcon, over and out. Jesus is King, y'all.
Game to win.